So I made a tweet a few days ago asking people what they struggle to improve on in Rainbow Six, and a lot of people said they struggled with confidence. Now I can't tell you, just go out there, be more confident, you'll hit more shots, because that's just not how it works. You have a goal, but you have no ways of getting there. So you gotta figure out what the source is of your lack of confidence. In my experience, and a lot of people's experience, it's overthinking. Let's just say you're in a 2v3 situation, you're getting pinched from all angles, and you make one bad decision, and you choke. 100% of the time when you choke in these situations, it's because you were overthinking. Assuming you had the right information, if you were level-headed, if you kept your emotions in check, you would have known what to do, and you would have had full confidence in this situation, you would have won. Now, you have to realize the source of your overthinking. The most common, people play not to lose instead of playing to win. Let me explain. When you play to win, you're fully confident, you know what you're doing, you're not going to play passive in aggressive situations and vice versa. But when you play not to lose, you play scared, you don't know what to do, you fear that your teammates are going to call you idiots, and then you choke. And that mindset of playing not to lose comes from your idiot friends, because you feel like you have something to prove, or you're just on a constant losing streak. Again, you feel like you have something to prove to these people. We'll call them the angry aimers. You know who I'm talking about. The people that can only get to Plat 3 just because that's how far their aim can take them, and they don't use their brain. The people that blame the enemy team for sitting in some random corner. They blame you for not droning or giving a lack of callouts. They say, hey, could you get off Ashe so I can play Ashe? You say, hey, can you play someone useful? And they play Twitch. You know who I'm talking about, the angry aimers. Now, let me just take a step back. If you are one of these people, what are you doing? Come on. What are you really accomplishing when you act this way? You're in a competitive shooter. Your goal is to win, not run in and play COD, not just switch off your brain. Your goal is to play smart and win. If you just run in the front door and you die to some dude in a random corner, that's your fault because you didn't use your drones. Now, you cut these people out of your life, you have to work on your confidence and your mindset. The first thing you have to realize is you are going to lose games in ranked. But that's okay, because you have to learn. You got to look at ranked in a completely different way from what you were looking at it before. You have to look at it as a learning experience, not just something that you got to win for ELO, because ELO doesn't mean anything. You have to realize this. ELO is completely worthless. What you have to do when you play ranked, play trying to learn. Play to win. Don't play not to lose. They're completely different play styles. I already explained this. You got to play these games with an open mind. If you lose, that's okay. Just keep playing and learning. Just learn from your mistakes. And if you're wondering, how can I learn from my mistakes? I'm playing. I have no idea what I'm doing. What can I do? First thing, record yourself. If you lose a round and you have no idea why you lost, record your gameplay and rewatch it until you figured out what you were doing wrong. When you're playing for the title, there are two different mindsets. You're playing for the title, or you're playing to improve and win. When you play for the title, let's just say you're playing for Plat 3 or Plat 2. You get to Plat 2. What then? Are you going to stay in Plat 2? Are you an actual Plat 2 player where you've actually learned from your previous mistakes? Or you just stop trying and you go right back to silver? Now understand this. Title players, we'll call them title players, when they play for ELO and they just can't get out of whatever rank they are, but they become hard stuck and miserable. That is the majority of hard stuck players in gold or below plat. They only play for ELO. They're just stuck in this mindset where they only want ELO and they just want to chill for the rest of the season. They don't actually want to improve. Now, another example of what I'm trying to explain, you have people that think the glass is half empty, or you have the people that think the glass is half full. There is no wrong answer, but there's a favorite answer, which is the glass is half full. You're more than welcome to think either way here, but personally, the glass is half full. Take this clip, for example. I'm here as Nomad outside benches on Consulate. I turn on my air jab, I'm ready to set it, and right at that moment, a guy jumps out bench's window and kills me. Now, there are two ways of looking at this situation. One, I got timinged. Or two, I potatoed. You could argue that both reasons are why I died, or just the timing, or just the fact that I potatoed. I personally think that why I died there was because I potatoed, not because of timing. Every time when you die from timing, and you get pissed off, you don't learn, you're going to get timinged even more. Because when you let the timing get to you, your brain is preoccupied just complaining about the game, how unlucky you are, and you will always lose with that mindset. Let's just say it's 5v5, two of your teammates die, it's 3v5. You could either look at it as, oh, you guys suck, or you can look at it as, oh, I'm going to clutch this up for my team and be the MVP. Because when your brain is preoccupied, that's all you want to think about. Just complaining about the game, how sucky life is. But if you truly believe that you could have done better, your brain will actually come up with ways of how to win. Like, you're going to try and read into the other team. You're going to come up with strats for your team for the next sites. You're going to tell them, hey, do this, do that, reinforce these walls, make these holes. And you're actively going to think, oh, they're going to bring a Kappa Tower, they're going to bring a Nomad, BB, Gridlock, whatever. But that whole mindset comes with a drive for improvement and knowing and believing that you could have done something better in that situation. A real life analogy, so you guys can really understand what I'm trying to tell you, is let's just say you're trying to ask a girl out. Now, there are two ways of looking at this situation. One, ask her out. If she doesn't like you, whatever. Don't let someone that doesn't like you bring you down and bring you down your confidence. Now, the second way of looking at it is assuming that she's just going to say no to you. And that's why you just won't ask her. She could say yes, she could say no, but your brain is just preoccupied by thinking, oh, she just straight up doesn't like me. You see what I'm trying to explain here? No matter what the situation is, there are always two ways of looking at it. The glass half empty, the glass half full way. Now, let's backtrack a little bit. The second reason for lack of confidence is just straight up your aim. This is completely in your control. You can either just think that you're trash and you don't want to even try to aim because you're just like, oh, I'm cursed, or something like that. Or you could actually say, if I put the work in, I'll be the best. Now, the only resource that I use to warm up my aim is T-Hunt. I literally run around just trying to shoot heads. Now, a few of you are going to have obstacles, like me. Your mouse pad could be too small, get a bigger mouse pad. Your sense is too fast, lower your sense. I understand that there are a lot of high sense players out there. Now, you have to understand, high sense doesn't work with a brain to develop muscle memory quickly. That's just how it is. Look at it this way. You have a really big mouse pad, right? You have a really high sense, and you can do 3 360s across the mouse pad, but that's just not ideal. Ideally, you should only be able to do 1 360, maybe a 360 and a half. Because when you flick to someone's head, your sensor has a smaller target on your mouse pad to hit, to reliably hit the person in the head. But if you just lower your sense on your mouse, the target on your mouse pad just got a whole lot bigger for your mouse to hit. And with that system in place, it just becomes so much easier to actually build muscle memory. Let's say your cable is getting caught under your mouse, and that's what really keeps screwing you up in game. There are 3 solutions to that. 1, get a G Pro wireless, but that's like $150. 2, you can paracord your mouse. Or 3, you can just get a mouse bungee that keeps your cable from actually getting caught under your mouse. Now, I'm a huge fan of Zowie mice. I'm currently using one now. I've used 3 others in the past. But the stock cable on these mice is complete trash. You have to either paracord or get a mouse bungee or even both. I use both. Now, the issue may not even lie in the sense, the cord, the mouse pad, or the keyboard, but it could just lie in the heat around you. Your hands get sticky, your arms get sweaty. 2 simple solutions to that. 1, get shooting sleeves. These are the same stuff basketball players wear. It keeps your arms from sticking to your desk when you're using your mouse or using your keyboard. They're basically like hyperglides for your arm. Second solution, use gamer goo. This stuff is magnificent. I'm not sponsored, but I did see this at TwitchCon. It was like $8 for this thing. Rub it in your hands, and your hands are good for the next couple hours. Now, the third lack of confidence comes from people who don't have friends to queue with. You're just stuck in solo queue. You don't know what to call out. Your teammates aren't calling anything out to you. You don't want to put the energy in if your teammates aren't giving you the same energy back, and you just lose. And it's just this constant cycle of always losing. Now, luckily for you, me and the owner of R6 Tab have come up with a website called squads.tm. Now, just log in with your Discord, give it your region, your platform, the type of game mode you want to play. You can create your own lobby. Just kick people out of your lobby whenever you want. You can label mic required, mic not required. You can have a little description saying ranked sweaty or looking for scrim or whatever. Hopefully you can find more people to play with. And in this time, you're trying to improve your mindset, trying to look at the glass half full, trying to improve your aim, trying to find friends to play with. Work on your muscle memory, please. Know what angles to pre-aim. Know what angles to hold. Know what walls to open, leave soft, or make holes. Know what operators to ban. I'll be talking about all these tips in more videos to come. But for now, you should be a much more confident player.